Yo, what's up? My name is Noah Halls here at Elementz, and in collaboration with Democracy and Z, I bring to you a discussion about our heroes with a special tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I have with me three individuals, three youth teenagers here at Elementz, not all members of Elementz, two members from Democracy and Z, and one member here at Elementz. And I will let them introduce themselves, starting with you.
Hi, my name is Ray Maya, and I've been at Elementz for 1 or 2 years, and I really like it here. We do a lot of stuff, and it just makes me feel happy when I come here.
Well, what sort of things do you do here, Ramaya?
We do stuff like this, what we doing now.
Okay,
We make
podcast.
beats, raps, we dance, do art.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's it.
My name is Joyous. I'm a student at Aiken High School. I'm in 10th grade this year. And I came from Democracy and Z.
Hey.
My name's Rashad. I've never been here before. It's actually a really nice place.
Oh, thank you. I designed it myself.
No, you didn't.
No,
But I'm a sophomore at SCPA. I'm also a dance major there, and I guess I'm a member of Democracy and Z.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to ask you guys just a couple things to, just some icebreakers, lightweight. What do you think her favorite color is?
I'm gonna say purple
Purple?
or blue.
I don't like purple.
Okay. What about you? You got a guess?
Pink or black?
Pink or black?
I don't like them colors either.
You don't like purple or blue?
I like blue. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, he got purple or blue. Okay.
Turquoise.
Okay. And what is his favorite number? Y'all two have to guess.
27.
27.
7?
7.
It's 9.
Oh, you were
Hey, you were close. You
Yes.
were off. And how many pairs of glasses has she ever worn in her life?
0.
I'm gonna say 2.
None.
I see what you're doing out here. Okay.
I was trying to be nice.
Did you mean eyeglasses?
Yeah.
Oh, none.
Okay. I couldn't think of anything.
I figured you knew something I didn't, so I was like, okay.
First question. We're talking about heroes. Who are heroes to us? Not fictional heroes per se, but if you want to say a fictional hero, I guess you can. We wanted to pay a special tribute to Chadwick Boseman, especially because he just passed from colon cancer. And he played many, I won't say many, but a lot of very iconic roles for Black history. He played Thurgood Marshall, James Brown, Jackie Robinson, and Black Panther. So, what is Chadwick Boseman to you guys? How important, how significant, what kind of influence has he had? Positive influence, hopefully. It better not be negative. If it is, I'll probably be upset. Has he had on y'all?
I'll go.
Okay. Yeah, young Rashad in the house.
Chadwick Boseman, I think he just gave us that representation we needed. The first movie I ever saw that he was in was 42. I went to go see it with my dad. And I immediately was like, the movie was amazing, but his acting was amazing. I think the second movie I saw was Get On Up, which that's a completely different character. And just to be able to see him, the range he has with doing these roles and like seamlessly, like just doing them, it was really good to see him. Like, I don't know, did he actually sing in the movie? Was that him singing?
I know for a fact he can sing.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did do some of the singing, really.
But that was like something that I just didn't know he could do. But I think he was like that representation we needed to see, especially like for me being a Black male. Like, I did look up to Chadwick Boseman a lot.
Yeah, for a fact. And the representation, like there's always that idea of Black excellence. And sometimes it comes off as corny. Chadwick Boseman, it wasn't corny at all. But the way you were talking about him as an actor just now, you go to SCPA, right? So do you have like any kind of background in acting or just theater in general?
Just a little bit, actually. My first year, I had 2 majors, which was drama and dance.
Oh, okay.
But after a while, like once you move up in dance, you have to like kind of pick one or the other. I chose dance as my stronger suit. But I do enjoy acting. I did join musical theater at SUPA, so I'll be doing a lot more acting. But I'm still kind of new to acting and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I can't act at all. What about you guys? What did Chadwick Boseman mean to y'all? It doesn't only have to be about Black Panther. Although if it is, I won't be upset.
He was like a good influencer to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives an example because like he was the first African person to play in a movie as like a hero. Like in other movies, the heroes in there are usually born in America or just not from Africa. So he was the first one, and that gives a good example to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just curious about your perspective on because you were born in Rwanda?
Yeah.
See what I'm doing, y'all? I knew. See what I'm doing? I knew she was born in Rwanda. I don't know how to spell Rwanda, though, but I'm kidding. I do. Don't question my intelligence. So the way the culture in Black Panther was portrayed, I know it wasn't just like Rwandan culture in general, but how do you feel that not just Chadwick Boseman, but all the other actors inside the Black Panther movie, did you feel when you were watching it like it was just a job for them, or do you feel like they really cared about representing that culture accurately?
I feel like they really care about representing the culture because like they didn't change who they were for a movie. They they were stuck on themselves. They didn't change themselves just so others can see how good they were. And I liked how they kept their culture like during the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clothes, the style, everything. Yeah.
That was tight. What about you, Get Money Ray? That's your rap name.
I thought he was a very good influencer because like my little brother Mylon, he's always talking about him. Like the first movie I watched was Black Panther. I was just sitting at home and my brother was like, "Ooh, sister, let's watch this." So we watched it, and I just felt like he really is a great influencer because like my brother, he always act like him. Like he always want to be, I want to say like act like him, but like he always want to be something like him. Yeah. And I just feel like he's a good actor, and if he was like an actual superhero, he'd be a good superhero.
Your brother or Chadwick Boseman?
On to the next.
That was a legit question, though. Wait, so you said your brother's name was?
Mylon.
Oh, I thought you said Myron. I was about to say, I didn't know Myron was your brother. Okay, cool. So one more thing, just to, wrap up Chadwick Boseman, and then we'll move on to other heroes that we have in our lives, was that he had cancer for 4 years. And most of his biggest roles, he was doing like those movies within that 4 years. And I think the most physically taxing one he did was Black Panther. And at that point, that's when his cancer was like, it was really bad. And I can't imagine anybody else being able to, go and then not even show any signs of weakness either. Like you would have never known, like really. And I heard him, I was watching an interview of him, and he said that he felt like the roles, like he always took his roles and always wanted to protect the integrity of every role he played. And I think that's a big thing. You can definitely see it throughout all the roles he had too. And he thinks that gives more than just an escape route to people, because often comic books and superhero movies is a form of escape for people. People who are, their lives may be stressful or, whatever the case may be. But he felt like it didn't just give escape, it gave hope. And I want to ask you if there are any other things that you felt like he left behind for us.
Well, I feel like your statement just now that it gave hope and an escape. I think the movies he did and the roles he did were not just an escape for the audience. That could have been his escape too from whatever he was going through. And he was doing something that he loved and that he was passionate about. So when you're doing something that you truly love and you truly it makes you happy, it doesn't really matter how much it's beating you down on the inside. If it brings you joy and the right kind of happiness, I feel like you would go through that pain just to be able to do something like that, which he did. And it's the fact that nobody knew, and it was stage 4, like not just like cancer, like it was stage 4 cancer. And for 4 years, that shows the fight, not only like with his roles, like the power he brought to his roles, the power that he brought to just being a person was just impeccable. And I really look up to him for that. It makes me want to push through anything that I'm going through because I know there's hope.
I rock with it. I like that.
Yeah, I also feel like he gave people hope because he didn't want to be just a person who was fighting cancer. He wanted to show people that there's still hope there, which is why he risked his life to do that movie and being attacked physically. Yeah, and I liked his role.
Big facts. What about you? Get money, Ray? I'm sorry, I can't help it. I gotta call you.
Him as a person and not just the actor, it made me like accomplish, like it's just making me feel better as a person to accomplish what I got to do and not let nobody tell me like I can't do what I want to do, because even though cancer really took a big part of his life, he still tried to do what he wanted to do in life.
Mm-hmm. He definitely still pursued his dreams. And I feel like he didn't do it just for the sake of himself, though. I think he did it for everybody else, too. Well, I appreciate y'all. That ends this podcast. I'm playing. That would have been too short. So there's a statement that I don't remember where I heard it. Well, it's really like a quote. And it's everybody is the hero of their own story. Yeah. And me amending that quote and making it better, I want to say everybody is the hero of their own story, but when somebody else is the hero of your story, that's even more, it's even better. It's even more special. And I know that there are other, everybody has their heroes, whoever it might be, and we might think that that person, whoever they have as a hero, is like actually the villain. I'm not going to throw Donald Trump's name out there, but Donald Trump. But who are some of your other heroes?
I like Black Widow.
Wait,
let me finish because I want to say
not just superheroes, okay? Real people.
Oh, I would say my mom, my dad, and my papa, because like they really been there for me, even though I've been through a lot of stuff in life.
And me. She said and me.
Yeah, and him.
Me as well. Yeah.
I'll say my heroes would be a lot of people who, since I'm a dancer, paved the way and made it available for me to be able to do what I love. Yeah. So that'd be Arthur Mitchell. For one, he's probably my biggest hero, and not everybody gets to meet their hero. You met Arthur Mitchell? Mm-hmm. I got to meet him and take a class from him. It was a great experience, and even then at the time, you're like, wow, this is great, but it only becomes more like surreal as I get older. I'm like, I really met someone who was around when Jim Crow laws literally told him, you can't even stay in the same hotel as the company. You can make money for the company, you can travel with the company, but you can't do this, and that. No matter how hard you work or how much you give to other people, you still are just another black man. Yeah. And he didn't let that stop him, like, at all. And that's why he was able to open his own dance company and still stay connected to his roots in Harlem. That's where he grew up. So he felt the need, he saw an issue, and he solved it. So he's my hero, but he's also the hero for tons of other people who aren't even as fortunate as he was or I was, but he's probably the strongest hero. Okay. So what type of dancing do you do? Well, I do pretty much everything. Since I got to SFA, the main focus is ballet modern. Yeah. But dancing outside of school, I dance with Revolution Dance Theater, and we try to do a lot of stuff and do everything. Okay. That's cool.
My hero is my mom. Like,
Yeah.
she's my number one hero. Other than her, my rest of the family and my teacher. I feel like they go all out for me. Yeah, especially my mom. Like, she sacrifices a lot for us. My teacher sacrifices his time for me. Like, we do a lot of running together on his own time. Yeah. Other than that, like in the movies, I like Black Lightning and Supergirl.
Yeah, Black
They
Lightning.
are my role models.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Chuck Norris. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, Chuck Norris. Yeah.
Oh yes, he's good. He's also my hero.
Okay. Dang, Chuck Norris. I never would have expected his name.
Oh yeah.
Chuck Norris is dope, though. He's dope. Man, have you ever read like those quotes about Chuck Norris, like he can cure cancer with his tears and stuff like that? Like he don't like getting wet, water likes being around him, stuff like that. Chuck Norris got some really, really like huge fans.
Oh
to
yeah,
just
I'm
make
a
that
fan.
stuff up about him.
I'm his number one fan.
Oh, so you made these quotes?
No.
Nah, I'm kidding. One thing that I said earlier is that who is and isn't a hero, or who can and can't be a hero, is subjective, because everyone has their own, ideas of what makes up a hero. So if we were to say, well, I did mention Donald Trump earlier. He got some diehard fans and some really crazy supporters.
Very great.
Which is weird though, because if you go back and you listen to, all like a lot of his speeches and stuff, it's like hate speech, like quite literally. So then I'm not discrediting anybody's heroes or anybody's opinions of who is and isn't a hero. But if you were to say that, for someone to be a hero, this is how they had to be, more or less. They don't have to be perfect. We're not expecting nobody to be perfect. But more or less what they had to be a hero. Like what makes up a hero? What would you guys say?
I would say a hero is really what the person who sees that person as a hero thinks of them. Mm-hmm. And it's also less about who that person is or what that person does, because every person has their pros and cons about them. You're not going to completely agree with something everybody does. You can love this person and just look up to them, but there are still things about them that are not perfect, and that just comes with them being a human being. But I do look at it as a eye of the beholder thing. Mm-hmm. I know what my person that I see as a hero, what they're like, but I can't make that a general term and say, if you have a hero, they have to have this checked off, and this checked off. Yeah. Because they probably don't, and that's probably not the reason you look up to them. So, yeah.
To me, a hero is someone who cares for you, who risks their life for you. Mm-hmm. And other than that, a hero, they don't have to be perfect. And there's also heroes in our lives who fight battles that we don't know about.
Yeah, for sure.
To us, they appear as heroes, but to others, they don't know anything about it. So to them, they're just regular people. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So for me, that's my definition of a hero.
That's legit.
Me, defining what a hero is, I would say a hero is somebody who actually cares about like people and saving lives, not just about the money and the career. I mean, not the career, the acting. But yeah, that's my definition.
Short and sweet. It was good. Well, another thing I want to say was, as people, it's easy to always, look up to someone else because of their accomplishments. And I think a lot of times, sometimes you get so caught up in that you don't realize that sometimes you have to be that person that other people look up to. And that's one thing that a lot of people that we label as heroes typically have in common, is that they know that there's something that someone else can and should look up to. Because there are people that you do look up to that you probably shouldn't look up to. I won't say any names, Donald Trump. But I'm dissing him all podcast long, look. But Was there any time in your life where you realized that you had someone that maybe in your mind you labeled as a hero that you shouldn't have? And how did that affect you?
I mean, I really don't have one. I wouldn't say I do, but I really don't have one.
Okay. No point in time ever in your life?
No.
I wouldn't say I have, but there are things about people that you soon learn, and you're like, dang, kind of disappoints you.
Yeah.
You know, you like, person has this, was like, especially like with celebrities and stuff like that, there's always a different person behind the mask that you don't know about, and sometimes it's something dark and something that you just don't agree with. But I wouldn't say I've been like, oh, this is my hero and they've done this, I hate them, but I don't think I've ever experienced that. But, yeah.
Okay.
I haven't either, but sometimes in life, like nobody's perfect. So there's things that those people that we might not like about the people, but don't mean that we're going to regret the fact that they're our heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone does have their flaws. But, you know, just because they have their flaws, that doesn't overshadow any, you know, of the good that they've ever done.
Yeah, and it also doesn't change the things they've done.
I almost said basically, but I meant definitely. Absolutely. Indubitably. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, last question. Do you think that you have in you... Actually, scratch that. So, you met Arthur Mitchell, and it was a positive experience, right? 100%. So that means people, because you know there's a saying, never meet your heroes.
Never heard that.
You've never heard that saying? What?
No.
Am I old?
Probably.
You've heard that saying, right? Never meet your heroes. He has. That's our resident gangster, just for everybody. That's our resident gangster, Stolitics. Yeah. Have you heard that? Never meet your heroes? Seriously?
Why do they say that?
Why do they say that?
Well, because they say that because, you know, often, like you said, there's a whole different person behind the mask.
Oh, like,
And your
I get
heroes
what you're
will
saying.
disappoint you most of the time. I'm glad you had a really positive experience, though.
I will say, he was not my hero before because I didn't start dancing until I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
I'm a sophomore now, but I was a gymnast from the age of 2 to 9. And it was one of those things where it was like by chance, like it was something that happened and was a big stepping stone in my dance career. But I will, like I said, with age, I began to learn more about him. I'm like, he's not just a guy you met into the classroom. Like, no, he literally opened doors that were probably never opened or wouldn't have been opened without him. Which that was, now looking at that with the knowledge I have now, but
Dang. I have yet to meet any of my heroes, though. Except, you know, parents. A couple of friends. For those of you who don't know, I'm a skateboarder too. And yesterday, one of my heroes I was talking about, his name's Eric Costin. He's like an extremely amazing skateboarder. And every time he's on camera, regardless of what it is, he's like so casual, but he seems so cool. But I spoke to someone who actually met him like yesterday, and they was like, no, he sucks. He's like a horrible person. He's like not nice. I was like, yo, what? Just completely, my idea of him was just changed. I still have hope, though, that he might.
Yeah.
They might have just caught him on a bad day or something. But that was pretty crazy to me. But you guys, you don't have an experience like that. But I just thought I'd share mine, since y'all didn't have one, just to show y'all how I felt. It was world-breaking. I was thrown into the abyss of darkness and sadness, and I began to question life. But this isn't about me. Okay, so back to my last question. What about... No, I shouldn't word it like that. So, if you were to be someone's hero, why do you think they would have chose you? It doesn't have to be for now. It could be sometime down in the future, you know. But what do you think would be the reason?
I
Would
think-
it be because you're tall? Maybe.
I'm sure.
You might end up being tall. You never know. Would it be because you got swag?
Yeah.
I'll stop. But really though, why do you think it would be if someone were to pick you as their hero?
I think if somebody would pick me to be a hero, it's because I like to be myself, and I don't let what people say to me bother me. Like, I'm not easily bothered, and I'm not really angry. I'm a kind person. I do stuff for like charity. Like, it makes me feel like a better person. I don't want to be out on the streets just begging for change or anything like that. That's a bad thing. But I'm just saying, like, I want to be something when I grow up. So
Yeah. Okay. And what about like personality-wise, like personality traits? Because you did say you're like basically unapologetically yourself. And that definitely can help people build their own self-confidence and self-esteem for sure.
I just want, like, if somebody was looking up to me, like my sister or my brothers, I want them to be themselves. I don't want them to just change because they think this person's going to judge them. It doesn't matter. Just be yourself.
That's a good message. I'm going to get that on a shirt.
If I was somebody's hero, it would be because I have confidence in myself most of the times. And I don't change myself for anybody, like nobody at all.
Yeah.
I'm always me. And and it's maybe they look up to me for something that I do or I've done. And that's just, to them, I'm their example.
Yeah.
I think that's why I would be their hero.
That's a great question. I've actually never thought about it from that perspective.
I'm a thug, bro. I ask questions. This is what I do.
Good question.
Yeah.
But I just, I don't know, because I just feel there's always so many different types of people who can look up to you that will surprise you. And you like to the normal eye, we're nothing alike. But there's something inside you that you see in me. I want it to be something authentic, you know? I want to be known for something that's authentic and like, I don't know. That's a good question, but I would say if I had to, I want to be known for something good, obviously.
Yeah. Would you rather it be something about you as a person or something that you did?
Probably something
Or something
about me
that
as
you're
a
doing?
person.
Okay.
But no, maybe something I did, because I kind of want to be a person that's a you can type, that like you see that person, you like, oh, so I can do this.
Yeah, like a lead by example.
Lead by example type of thing. And it may sound like funny thing I hear from my parents all the time because I have younger siblings, but it's real. Like something, if you really look up to a person and they do this, like that could honestly affect a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
And what you do. So I would just like to be something that it's okay to look up to me, you know? Like I don't want parents to be like, you look up to him.
Yeah.
Yikes.
I got that a lot of times. Not about me though, but about my favorite artists. Like some of my favorite musical artists. Like I really love Eminem. But if y'all know who Eminem is and y'all know the content of a lot of his songs, then my dad used to be on me about that all the time. Why don't you listen to so-and-so and so-and-so instead of Eminem? But
yeah, I think that's another thing though. Like they don't see, all they see is this person's music, but you don't know about this person, why their music is like that. And
yeah, and a lot of, and not to diss the older generations, I'm not calling anyone boomers, but one thing I've noticed, especially with just music in general, is the older generations, they're quick to judge by just what they hear. Not even always the content of what they hear, but just as simple as the words they hear. Just the words coming out of the mouth of whoever, not just necessarily artists, but it's like a younger generation thing to look past that. And if we got to gang up on some, nah, I'm playing. I forgot the question. But I started talking and it happens sometimes. But what about you two? Would you rather be looked up to for something that you did or are currently doing, or for, a personality trait about yourselves?
The personality trait. Yeah.
And just saying, real quick, personality trait, people can look at that and think that, when you leave this earth, that's going to be gone. It's not going to, it's like a light that shines, but only so many people will get to see it. But like with Arthur Mitchell, what he did, that's like going to be here forever. So then what would be more impactful?
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So I'm not saying your opinion was wrong. I was just showing you the other perspective about it. I don't want you to think you were wrong. But is your answer still the same, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'd rather be looked up to for something I did or I'm doing. Because just like, as you say, if I leave, that thing is going to stay. It's not going with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then for the coming generation, is going to show them an example. Or they're just going to be like, this is what Joyce did. And even though she's gone, her work is still here. We can see it. Yeah, so I would like to be looked on for something I did.
Big facts. Only factual statements. No opinions. This is not opinionated at all. Well, I mean, if that pretty much wraps up all my questions. If you guys have any closing remarks, you can say them now.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Big fact.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
He's, well, hey, you know what? Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Stop playing with me. I'll quit. But I want to thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed the conversation. Even if it may have been mostly me talking, I feel like it was probably like balanced. But just in case it was mostly me talking, I still appreciated it. And I want y'all to have a good day. I want y'all to be safe. And I don't want y'all to slip on any banana peels or something like that, because then that most likely would be funny.
Yes. That would be funny.
Yeah. And with that, we are out. This piece. This is Noah Halls from Elementz. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast. Elementz is a youth center downtown Cincinnati centered around hip-hop and community. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to get more involved, you can come down to our center, located at 1640 Ray Street. This video was brought to you by Elementz, Democracy Z, and the Kennedy Heights Art Center.